When people talk about allergies or hay fever, what they're really discussing is allergic rhinitis or allergic conjunctivitis, which basically means allergic nose, rhinitis, or allergic conjunctivitis, eyes, allergic eyes. And it affects about 10 to 30% of Americans, up to 40% of children. The increase in the length of the allergy season is probably due to several factors, one of which increased temperatures increases the pollinating season. So if plants pollinate longer because it's warmer longer. And then the increased carbon dioxide levels probably increase the amount of pollen that is emitted each day. In the Midwest, you'll have trees that pollinate first, usually in the early spring when everything starts to melt. When everything melts in February and March, you start to have problems, it's likely trees. If you have problems more in May and June when school gets out for children, it's probably grass. People at most at risk to have springtime allergies or hay fever are those who have a family history of hay fever, and it seems to be more predominant in young adults. So it usually starts in childhood, peaks in early adulthood, and as you get older, it usually goes away. And those nice cool evenings when you want to open the windows, don't, because you brought everything outdoors, indoors. Using the air conditioning helps. Trying to avoid peak pollen times, which early in the morning, or if you have to be outside, wearing a mask may help with that also, but it's very difficult to avoid the outdoor allergens. There are two ways to identify what you're allergic to. You can do a blood test, which will give you an idea, or you can do skin tests, which are mild little pinches for the most part, that'll identify and you'll know within about 10 or 15 minutes what you're allergic to. When you're talking about the over-the-counter medications, you've got the antihistamines, which are the sedating antihistamine, which is Benadryl or diphenhydramine, and then you've got the non-sedating or less sedating antihistamines like Creighton, Allegra, and they're very effective, but a lot of the symptoms break through that. Another option available when you know specifically what you're allergic to are allergic shots or allergen immunotherapy. It's very effective in reducing the symptoms long term. 3 to 5 years down the road, you're not allergic to the things you were allergic to before. Trees, grass, weeds, cats, dogs, dust mite, it makes it all better. And for children, it may also prevent them from developing asthma. Time to see a doctor is when it's affecting your lifestyle, where you don't sleep well, or you're miserable, or you're taking the over-the-counter medications and you don't like the side effects of the medication. So the goal is to find the combination that works best for that person. And you always want to get by with the least amount of medicine as possible.